Hi! Welcome to a not episode of Life and Steph, and also my kitchen. Just a quick tour. Up here is my microwave that I can barely reach because I'm short. Back here is my poster of Napa Valley, which is a place that I have never been to. This is a super old stove that came with my house, along with this super old refrigerator. And those are my knives. This is the paint in my hair from, I've been painting my living room, which I'm not going to show you because I didn't do a good job painting it. And I haven't been able to get that out of my hair for 2 days. So I haven't aged suddenly. It's just paint. Okay, anyway, introducing this next episode / not at all episode of Life and Steph. It's not really totally fully formed. It's kind of just like a interesting look at how I put the episodes together, how I start to think about what I want to talk about and kind of develop that idea. So it's a crazy thought web of the life cycle of relationships. And it gets dark, so hope you enjoy it. Okay, bye! Okay, welcome to episode 7 of Life and Steph. This one is the last one in our series of videos about relationships because there are better things to talk about than boys or girls or whoever you're in a relationship with. This one is about the life cycle of a relationship. We're going to take you from start to finish, and I promise it will be uplifting and in no way dark. Okay. So this starts out like I brainstorm every single video for Life and Stuff when I'm trying to figure out what I want to talk about. I put a subject in the middle of the page and then I draw a crazy spider web of madness around it. So today we're talking about relationships. And you know that that's real because I put a circle around it. So that's a key thing. So the first thing in the life cycle of relationships, you know it's first because I put a 1 in a circle. Circles are important. First thing that happens is that you meet someone. You go to a party and you have like less than 1 second to make a good impression, and somehow you do because she's standing there and you're standing on the other side of the room and your eyes lock and you choke on your salsa. At this party there is salsa. It's like a Super Bowl party probably. Okay, so good stuff. You meet someone in a social situation, or since this is the 21st century, you meet somebody on Tinder. It's very meaningful. Oh, look at that kitten! That's the cutest. Oh, I love his little tail. It's so cute. Oh, bye kitten. I miss you. This isn't as good without kittens. Okay. Step 2 of a relationship. This is the first date. So your first date is the worst time ever because you spend the entire time sweaty and trying to be funny and failing horrifically, and you're doing your very, very, very best to try not to die or otherwise embarrass yourself. That would be really embarrassing. The other person would be talking about that date forever, and you never want to be that date unless it's like the perfect date, but the perfect date does not end in your death. Okay, so on to the third stage of relationship, Facebook official. This didn't used to be a stage in a relationship, but it is totally a thing now. You can also be LinkedIn official. I had a boyfriend that I was LinkedIn official with once. His official title was coordinator of social engagements. We have since broken up. I'm sure I don't know why. Okay, the fourth stage of a relationship is a long-term relationship. So this is when you've hung out with someone for a while, you know you're into them, you're like, are you my boyfriend? And they're like, yeah. That's how it always goes for me. No one's ever like, yeah! So, this is when you find everything out about your partner, and you could stay in this stage forever if you wanted to, but you get to know all of their personality things and all their quirks, and also all their farts, which is a test. Stage 5 of a relationship is sad. It is optional though, you'll be happy to know. It's the breakup. Oh, sad face, that's how you know it's sad. And here is where I lie to you. I say, wow, we're discussing this in the next episode. And we were, but then I got bored. And so we're not going to talk about that in the next episode. I don't know what we're going to talk about. And we will cover breakups, but just like someday down the road. Okay, stage 6 is marriage. I think it's not really happened to me. More of a stage 4 lurker, stage 5 person. Step 7 is a baby carriage because everything that I know about love I learned from that song that I used to sing in kindergarten. And you can tell that from this part because this is where you do the KISSING. Real mature, Stephanie. Oh, good. Here comes love. Then comes marriage, and then comes the baby in the baby carriage. You know how it goes. Oh, this is when I put in a bunch of helpful arrows so you know what order it goes in case you don't understand how numbers work, or how clockwise works, or how time works. I suppose you could be a sort of a Benjamin Button type and go through a relationship backwards. Be hard to have a baby carriage without meeting someone first. So here's the sad thing. After each of these steps, pretty much after step number 2, you could go, instead of to the next stage in the relationship, directly to stage 5, which is the breakup. It's very sad. I explain this in a little bit more depth later with some pointing of the Sharpie. There's a small dog barking outside, just in case you guys wanted to know what it's like to be me. Oh, okay, the 8th step of a relationship is death. So, sad. Yeah, that's how you know it's sad. So, relationships either end in a breakup or death. Oh, yep, and after you die, I don't super know what happens, but I suppose you could meet someone again! And then start the whole cycle again. That's how you know it's a cycle. These asterisks definitely mean something. And I'll tell you as soon as I remember what. Oh, I remember. All those asterisks mean that is an optional step. You don't actually have to take that step. And double asterisks mean, unfortunately, yeah, we all have to take that step, and it's something we should just accept and not be scared of every single day of our lives, Stephanie. That was a good pep talk for myself. In recording this video, I'm very aware of how much spit is in my mouth. There's like a lot of it. Okay, so here's where I'm explaining how the cycle works. So you can meet someone and it doesn't work very well. So it doesn't go anywhere and you never enter the cycle, and then you repeat step 1 where you meet someone. And sometimes it does work. Or you never meet someone and you die alone. But I think you always meet someone. Step 2, you can get to step 2. So you meet someone, you go on a first date, and it's sweaty and horrible, and you both realize that you hate each other's guts. You just like the way you look across crowded rooms or on Tinder, so you break up. But you can get to step 3 too, and that's where you meet someone, you go on a first date with them, everything goes great, you're sweaty, but they're sweaty too, and they understand it. And eventually, after you've put each other in enough Instagram posts and done enough cutesy Twitter updates about each other, subtweets and stuff, you become Facebook official. But then you take it too far and you're LinkedIn official, and they don't like that, so they break up with you. Just like that. Okay, you could meet someone, you could go on a first date with them, just really into the meeting stuff. Okay, you become Facebook official, then you enter a long-term relationship, but then you get to know their farts, so you break up. You meet someone, you go on a first date, you become Facebook official, you enter a long-term relationship, their farts are okay, you get married, but then you break up, sadder, more expensive. You meet someone, you go on a first date, you become Facebook official, you go to the long-term relationship. Why am I moving so fast? You meet someone, you go on a first date, you enter, nope, okay, you know, you can see with your eyeballs what's happening here. You have kids and then you break up, that's even sadder. You meet someone, first date, Facebook official, long-term relationship. You get married, you have a kid, and then you die. So, Also sad, but theoretically, you did it right. That's how you know it was a success. Yay, you! You made it to the end of the cycle. And you didn't have to break up with anyone. So you avoided that awkward situation. Yay! Yay, you! You're dead! Okay, so that's the life cycle of relationship. It ends in a breakup or death. Relationships are fun.